Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. This is me, Chris, Gross Models, and this is an evening with the gang, or just me, as it might be at the moment. You never know. I've yet to do one of these. I've got another video over there that wasn't muted. Let me mute that. Right. At least I know it's going out and working. So, yeah, it's just me at the moment. I've not yet had to do an entire show on my own, but you never know. There might be a first time. But if anyone does want to pop in from the gang, feel free. It's not an open to everyone evening. Not that they've been overly filled up, but you know. So it's just me at the moment. Possibly some gang later, but I'm here. You're here. What more do we need? If you're around in chat, pop in, say hello. You're already saying hello because you're in the chat. If you're not in chat, pop in and say hello. As ever, it's on YouTube, so if you click on the little button down here somewhere to be watching in YouTube instead of wherever else I may be appearing, come and join in. You probably need to be on the actual app if you're on not an iPad, an iPhone sort of thing, or if you're on a computer, just make sure you're on the YouTube site. You should be able to get me on youtube.com/grossmodels/live. Might be where you're watching me now. If it is, say hello. If you're not, then click on it and say hello and come and join in. I'll have a look. Apparently Pascal was here like 11 hours ago or something. Yeah, he said my first chat messages disappeared from 11 hours ago, and that was like half an hour ago. So he's been here, you know, ever since it came. I think the stream says it like publishes itself and goes live 12 hours before now. So he probably turned up not long after it appeared on my stream. So hello, hello Pascal. Sprue Glue's in there as well, and I was there and we were talking for a bit. Paul Di Tommasio's in, and yeah. Oh, then we've got a few more popping now. Now it's gone live. Obviously, it's popped up on everybody's feed and people are coming in. Colin at Festa 67's workshop's in, being all modish with his spanner. Evening, Colin. Sergeant Bones is in as well. Jamie Bone, Phil Lewis. Kenneth is in from down under. Morning, evening, whatever time it is there, Kenneth. Mickle Pickle and Red Lenoi and Shane Young's in as well now. So, oh, happy birthday, Shane Young. Is it Shane's birthday? Is it? Happy birthday, Shane. I'm not going to sing. Don't worry, it's not that bad. So I noticed something in chat. What was happening? Oh, Paul picked up the Bandai Star Wars TIE Interceptor today. I don't think I've got that one. I think I've got a TIE to do, but it's the 1/72 scale, so it's a bit big for me. So I haven't bothered unboxing it and doing things with it. But at some point I'll do a TIE fighter. But and Pascal said I wanted to pick that up until he saw the hamsters. He's gone into the land of War Hamster and can't find his way back out again. Paul says I've also got the Fine Molds 1/72 TIE Interceptor, apparently smaller than Bandai's. Yeah, even with real world things, different manufacturers making things in the same scale can be slightly different. Obviously, there's differences between them and things, but when it's a fictional craft like the TIE Fighter or TIE Interceptor, it must be really difficult for them to get things because different models, different scaling, different scale of models used for shooting and filming and things. It would have been quite confusing, even when they say it's one scale. Excuse me, I have a daughter over there sneezing quietly. You might be able to hear that in the background, but she's all right apparently. Pascal says I'm currently working on the Psycho Zaku HG for a contest that he entered yesterday. Oh, good luck in that. Make sure there's lots of pictures going up in the Boom Hut and stuff so we can see it. Don't know if you can post. You can't post pictures on my page, my Gross Models Facebook page. I think that's just the me page. It's not a group or anything like that. So, but yeah, put them up so we can see them. Talking about Tau Fighter. I don't know anything about Warhammer Tau Fighters and things. So, yeah. Everyone's saying hello to. Colin's saying hello to everybody. Kelly says you're looking handsome today, Chris. I look handsome every day, but particularly handsome today. I've cut my hair since last week. It was like this on Monday on the E-Models thing. Although that was fun with Ted dropping out and the internet going all funny shaped. So yeah. Oh, Dad's in as well. Another mod. Even ill, not been long in. Where you been? What have you been doing today? Have you had a good day? You can see that video over there. Make sure that's paused rather than just muted, because that's going to get distracting watching that out the corner of my eye. I like to have it there because it tells me how many people are watching, because this Hangout app thing doesn't. So welcome to all 19 people that are watching. I think I'm at least one of them because I've got the chat open, so I think that counts as one. So there might be 18 strangers watching. Some of you are strange, some of you are not that strange, but thanks everyone, you're very kind, says Shane. That's it. Oh, Kenneth says bless you. Oh, Phil, a lot of people saying bless you. I'll tell her. Katie, people are saying bless you for your sneezing. Where you were sneezing, people are saying bless you on the internet. She said thank you. Right, that's everybody saying hello and everybody. Pascal says, I'll post the pictures. Still need to finish the Eurofighter and the BR-01 train with the last layer of matte coat and post that. Yeah, everything needs posting. Oh, Dad's had wifey things going on today, so I hope everything's okay. How much on Super Chat would it cost for you to drink your brushwater, Chris? More the money than there is in the world. It's horrible and orange, and it's not pleasant. No, that's not going to happen. But a Super Chat is there if anybody wants to use it, but not for making me do stuff, because it just wouldn't happen. So I wouldn't want you to give money under false pretenses. What we got? Strange describes me quite well, says Phil Lewis. Was the haircut self-motivated or Gemma related, says Shane Youngs. Self-motivated. I like to keep it quite short. It got about as long as it ever got last week. And now the weather had started to turn, but you notice it's gone miserable out there again since I did this. So it might be unrelated, but it might not. You never know, you know. Bradley sees in, well, Chris, nice haircut, thank you. It's just a trimmer thing, not a hedge trimmer, just a proper hair trimmer. I'll just go over it. Looks like tomato soup, says Phil Lewis. Yeah, that's what happens when you paint orange. You can just about see yeah, when you do lots of orange paint, your brush water goes orange. Who'd have guessed? Right. Before I came on tonight, I was doing a little bit of Warhamster, not the Taurox, because I do that live on a Sunday. I didn't do this week because it was Mother's Day and stuff, so things going on. But I did a bit of the actual hamster himself. Yeah. Don't know if it might focus in on him a little bit, but yeah, I've been doing a bit of highlighting on the blue armor and stuff. I think that's about all I'm going to be doing on him. So he might be ready for his photo shoot, so I can put him as that sort of not a channel mascot, but a Warhamster Sunday mascot. Kenneth's in bed. Going to be soon. Going to be in soon. Okay. Yeah. Good night, Kenneth. It must be night time tomorrow night, or I don't think last night. Oh, it's the future there, so it might be in the middle of the night already. I don't. Yeah. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, if anybody, let's say from the Gross Gang, is watching, I know a couple of you might be. Dad obviously he's only just got in, so he's excused for a bit. But Colin at Festa 67, if you want to come and join me, feel free. You're allowed to pimp your own channel as well. So, you know, if you want to come and do that live, you can join in the little thing down the corner, and you can be here as well. Kenneth says it's 6 a.m. Have you what? So have you just got up, or did you go to bed? I don't. Right, you must be up early, because you wouldn't have been still up at 6 a.m. So morning. So it must be Friday. Happy Friday, Kenneth. Hope you're enjoying your day. Closer to the weekend. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Over the last week since I've been on doing this show, I didn't do any Taurox, so I only do that on the Sunday show. What have I done? I've done a bit of diorama work. Look, sneak preview. For the tugs, the two tugs, there's going to be water down here and another tug up top there, and yeah, it's got white PVA glue that I've been filling in gaps and just layering up and stuff, so that's still a bit wet. Once that's dry and I'm happy with it being sealed up, I'll give it a quick base coat and then see about painting some of the base bit and then building up some water effects on it, because the water effects take ages, so it's going to be a long ongoing project for that. I think I've got to make up some sort of frame around the outside a little bit, so I can then put in a layer of water effect and build it up as we go. So yeah, I'll show you that on and off throughout. I'm filming the build, obviously, but it's only a little bit so far. So when it's completed, there'll be a whole sort of almost time lapse of it being built. Kenneth says, yes, Freddy, he's getting new ants today. Oh, getting meat ants today. What are the other ones made out of? I thought all ants were made out of meat. Swinging pigs in, evening all. Shane says, that looks good, Chris. Thank you. It's sort of rough and ready, but you know, I 3D printed the. I'll bring it back. The orange bits are all 3D printed. The black bits are just foam board. So it's just sort of roughly stuck together. I ran the PVA over the top to give a little bit of sort of texture and a little bit of effect, so it's in sort of concretey something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes when I get some paint on it. Other than that, I have been building tanks, multiple tanks behind me. There's 2 tanks here. Mice. That's just a turret for a 144 tank. That's the main body of it, which is big for a 144 tank, but it's not the biggest one because I'm doing the Land Cruiser. I can see it over there. P1000 Rat, or Rat. It'd be German, so it wouldn't be Rat. It'd be Rat or something. But yeah, so that I shall grab. While I'm here, might as well, you know, show and tell. That's the body for that, which is also 144, so quite large. The scale person to stand next to it. There we go. So that's yeah, going to be quite a big build. Not many parts to it, not much to build with it, although it's got, you know, sort of wheels and tracks and things. It's even got photo etch in it. I've not done photo etch in a kit before, so yeah, that's these mouse things, and that's obviously the rat, which is huge. Sort of a not experimental because they didn't actually build it, but they drew plans up for building it and were thinking about it. So yeah. Right, let's see. Bradley's asking, do you watch Ants Canada, Kenneth? I couldn't make out the word. It was one word. No, Ants Galada. And Ants Canada. Loves how passionate he is, Kenneth says. Yeah, that's Mahusive, says Shane. It really is. It's really 144. It's huge, but tiny. I mean, I've got a Sherman. That's 144. So it's going to be quite interesting seeing that next to that. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not really shocked that they didn't actually get around to building it, because it would have been somewhat oversized. But apparently they built the mouse smaller versions, which are still, you know, twice the size of a real normal tank. So that's going to be quite interesting. Other than that, that's it. I've not been doing a great deal of model making recently, so this is the most that I've done for a little while. I've been distracted by Xbox and the Division 2, which it just sucks time away from you. You start playing and there's always something else to do just a little bit around the corner on the map. If it's, you know, finding some loot or sorting out your armor, or another mission might pop up just as you're walking past something. So that seems to distract me somewhat. I've actually got a couple of videos, because the streaming went a bit pear-shaped, on my channel. Sort of special guest video from Team Inept, me and Paul playing with Fox doing some commentating on the side. But most of the stuff is over on the Team Inept YouTube channel, which, as we've got just over 100 subscribers now, we've got an official channel. So you can actually go to youtube.com/Team Inept and see the videos we've got in there. We're going to be putting more on there now. It's been running for a year, and we've only got, I think, about 20 or 25 videos on there at the moment. But me and Paul are going to be doing some more live streams of the Division. And I'm going to be streaming a few more things. I did one video of the Alien creeping around in the dark video, so I need to do another one of those and continue that on a little bit. And there's a couple of other videos, game series that I started doing and didn't finish, so I might go back and catch up with a couple of those as time goes by. But the Division is just, I'm loving it at the moment. Just can't. I want to go and play it. So when I finish this, I'm going to go and play it for a little bit. Did some models before. I just painted them. That they're just black primer at the moment. So I've done that before this. Now I'm doing this, and when this is finished, I shall go and play some Xbox a little bit for an hour or so. Paul's having trouble with the internet. Keep kicking him out apparently. Oh. Bradley C. Me too. Can't wait for him to move into his new house and get a new ant room. Oh, is this the Ant Canada person? I've not watched any of it. Carl's in it making models. Evening, boys and girls. Evening, Carl. And Paul says the stupid internet keeps kicking him out. Paul DeTomasio. Oh, it's not my internet. I'm sure my internet's working fine. I keep seeing if I'm streaming, but I'm not because I paused it. But yeah. Hello. Anything you want to talk about? Anything, anything of any interest? Because, I plan on being here for another hour, and even if it's just me sitting here quietly looking at the camera, I'll be here for a bit. So, yeah, what have you been up to? I won't do the what's in your belly and what's on your bench thing, because that's an e-models thing. It might be copyrighted. Although I think I came up with it. But besides the fact, Shane says it's good to have other interests as well as modelling. I love doing family history. Oh, cool. Is that your own family, or you do other people's, or you just how far back have you got your family going? My dad looked into it a little bit with the not family tree sort of thing, but didn't get very far back. And it's not something that's ever really interested me in any serious way. So interesting to know how far back you got. Have you got any famous historical ancestors? Phil Lewis says my belly's on my bench. Does that mean you need to move your chair further away, or I don't know? The bench should be higher than. If your bench is too low, then you end up bending over it. So your bench should actually be more not head level, but if your bench was up here, then you just got your arms at a comfortable level. You're working on it, and you can see really clearly instead of it being down there and you have to bend over and crick your neck. So try and get your work. Get your belly under your bench. That's probably better for you. And Sergeant Bones is being a hypocrite with 300 plus games on Steam. Yeah, I had a Steam account long time ago, but the email address that I had with it died. It was with Orange, the phone company, UK phone company. Then they stopped working and it was EE, and then it was all fine. And then they discontinued my orange.net email address, and I changed everything over, I thought, but there's a few things that I forgot about and didn't realise about until I tried to log into something like Steam and thought, that's that email address. And they won't let you change the email address without sending you an email to say, someone trying to change your email address, is that okay? And it's like, well, you can't send an email. It doesn't exist anymore. You send it, but it doesn't go anywhere. Nobody can get it. But I couldn't find a way of, recreating and getting it. I didn't have like a huge library of games or anything. I think I had like the original Half-Life or something like that on it. I didn't have it wasn't a problem getting rid of it. So I did make a new account, but then something happened and I couldn't access that either. So I given up with it. I haven't got any massive library of Steam games. I do gaming on consoles rather than PCs because it's just easier. I've got a comfy chair downstairs and a big telly. Phil said, "Will do, Chris. Good advice there. Thank you." I mean, I work at a bench during the daytime with my work, and it always seemed strange. Well, initially, it seemed strange having a bench, not that high, but higher. But it really makes a difference because you will end up sort of crouched over it, and there's no need for it. Red Len says, Shane Youngs was in first. I got back to 1556 with Youngs. Do other people's as well. Red Len says, I traced mine back to 1640. Interesting, yeah. It must be. I mean, a lot of it's obviously public record and things, so it shouldn't be a problem to find it. It's just bothering to look for it. But yeah, Interesting. Trace mine to about 9 this morning, says Carl. What are we tracing anyway? Family history, family trees. I did mine to yesterday when I knew exactly what was going on. I didn't know what was going on yesterday either. So, right. Yeah, so we've talked about ants. We've done the internet dropping out for Paul, and other interests and things. Yeah, that's it then. I don't know what to do now. I can't really do anything with this until the white stuff goes clear. Then you know it's dry. And yeah, I'm not sure about the back. I've not done anything. I could put a back piece across it, but it's not an all-round diorama. So I might do that at some point. Oh, see, it's peeling up a bit at the top there as well. So I do need to re-glue and reshape and tidy it up before I do any painting. But as I say, that's a very ongoing project, so I'm not worrying too much about that. Oh, Dio. Oh, you missed that earlier, did you? Sorry. I've just noticed I've got glue on my fingers from picking it up, so I'll grab a bit of tissue. Do you have a background in art? How come you're into models, says Bradley C? Right. No, is the easy answer to that. My professional background is horology, watchmaking. I fix and repair watches and clocks. Hence the small scale, close stuff is really that helps. As a family, no artists that I can think of at all, even a little bit. No, not really creative. A little bit musical, but not in a painty arty way. I did some music when I was younger, but didn't, not in a big way, just at school, that sort of stuff. I've actually played several instruments in the past, but not well. The only one I can sort of pick up and get any vague noise out of now is guitar, but not well, again, as I say. But I used to. At school, I did violin and trumpet and bugle, drums a little bit, but yeah, not anything serious. But used to do keyboards when I was very young. Two level proper organ keyboard. Had lessons in that and did that. But no, nothing like that. Did I get into models? How did I get into models? As most kids obviously built some model or something when they were kids and drifted away from it, as most people do. When did I drift back? I drifted back when the Agostini started doing the Millennium Falcon artwork, and I thought, that's really nice. I like that. I've always liked Star Wars, as most normal people do, and thought, that's really good, but it's a big project, big kit, lots of, it's going to take ages, lots of parts and everything messing around with. I don't want to start doing that. So I was in a model shop, actually one of the hobbycraft shops that have got a model shelf or a little area, and I saw the Battlestar Galactica and Viper, the old school one, the Viper Mark II or whatever they call it, I think. I thought, I like that. It's a nice looking ship. I've always liked the ship. It was a cheap kit, so I picked up the kit and some supplies. Came home, thought, I really don't know what to do with this. I look on YouTube, found Model Making Guru. Fox had built one and videoed it in several parts, and I almost sort of followed along with what he was doing and put it together, painted it, did some weathering. First time I've ever tried weathering. Because in the olden days, we never used to do any weathering or anything like that. It was painted in the colours and that was done. Put the stickers on it, decals. But now weathering is almost as big as the building of the kit. It used to be the building was the thing, and then you'd put some paint on it and it'd be done. But now it's building it, yeah, and then you do some painting, yeah, and then you get into the weathering and make it look real. So yeah, I saw that, obviously watched that, and the rest, as they say, is history. From there I joined the Model Makers Boom Hut, as most of you are probably in, and yeah, from there progressed on, got bullied into making videos. People seem to like them, so I keep making them. And then obviously started doing live streams and things, talking about videos. And then Team Annette came around when Fox wanted to play Xbox. Me and Paul sort of said, "Oh, we've got Xboxes, we could join that." And that's when it became sort of more contact, more friendship, and it's gone on from there. Let's see. You blow your own trumpet, Chris. I used to. I haven't got a trumpet anymore. I used a school's trumpet, actually. That was the... Sergeant Bone says, I heard Chris is a hobbit. No, a bad hobbit to break. No, what? Would you consider yourself an artist? No, not in any stretch. I don't know if model making could be called art. It's sort of, it's one of those difficult in between sort of areas, isn't it? You're making something, but most of the time you're only making something according to the instructions of what someone else has put down. So it's very basic first level. Is model making any more than putting together IKEA furniture? You know, admittedly, yes, then you've got the creative side of painting it and weathering it and things like that, but I wouldn't call it art. I don't think you'd ever, well, never say never, but you wouldn't go into an art gallery and expect to see a model kit sitting on a shelf somewhere. It's not as creative, although some people do some amazing paint jobs and things like that on pieces that are creative, but I don't know, my stuff isn't, although I don't follow the instructions for historical accuracy and things like that, because that's just too much hard work. When I do a camo scheme, I base it on a camo scheme from, you know, the manual, the instructions, the box art, that sort of thing, but make it up as I go along. But that's not because I want to be creative about it, it's just because it's easier than trying to follow exact lines and get curves in the right places and things like that. So no, I definitely wouldn't call myself an artist. Shane says, my great ×4 grandfather was a midshipman on the Polyphemus in the Battle of Trafalgar. He went on to become a ship's surgeon. Oh, that's interesting. Is that, I don't know, was that normal? Did you just be, you know, from sailor to midshipman to surgeon? Seems like a sideways step. I thought they would have had doctors doing that rather than rank and file sort of thing. Carl says, sing along. They're taking the Chris to Isengard. Oh, Hobbit type related joke. I get you. I think she knows tonight. Bradley says, I think you're an artist, Chris. Oh, thank you very much. But yeah, I think you might be alone there. I suppose, I mean, artists means so many different things. I mean, singers are artists, sort of, but not traditional artist. It almost makes me think of painting rather than performing. Technically, I'm performing now, but it's not really art, is it? I wouldn't expect to see a video of me talking to people on the internet in an art gallery wall. So no, don't see that either. Right, well, we're half an hour in, so that's a third of the way through. It's felt like a very long half an hour. So if any of you do have anything to talk about, by all means, give me a shout, give me something to talk about. Otherwise, I'll just have to rummage around and find something to do. That will mean moving the camera a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. But, you know, I can't do much with the... Actually, that might be dry. Let me have a look. Let me move the camera a touch. Move the microphone a touch. Out the way. Bring it down. There we go. Mind the mess under the bench. I can turn the light up a bit. So hopefully it won't completely white out. We'll come back to the Warhamster at a later date. I've got the mouse, which should be dry. I'm not going to be gluing it all together now because I still need to do the actual painting instead of the primer. But I'll get at least one of them together so you can get an idea. So the top and the bottom literally just go on like that. And then the top bayonet's in, rotates around. Now this is going to scratch off the primer, at least from some of it, because it was quite a tight fit before, so it's going to be a very tight fit now. It's got a couple of layers of paint on it. There we go. No, not nearly as bad as I thought it was. A little bit, but not much. So there we have a tank, as I say, bigger than the Sherman that I've got there. Get that in angle so you can see what's what. Oh, Bob's in, Bobbington. Bob Salty Balls Bobbington. Greetings all, and Sergeant. And Bob, says Sergeant. So long as it's in a gallery, it's art. I said, yeah, I don't know. That's just the way I've always thought of art as being, because it's an art gallery, isn't it? You know, and it's obviously singers and things are artists, but that's not in a gallery. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being unfair to people that produce art. Perhaps I'm being unfair to myself, but yeah. As I say about art, you know what you like. So I'm just gonna, while I'm here, might as well put this one together so you can see it. I will be doing, say, a video. I don't know how many episodes will be part of the video. It might only be the one, because there's not a great deal of parts to build and things like that in it. So there we go. That's the mouses. So yeah, I'll leave them like that and get some video footage of those like that, and then decide what I've got to do with the colour of those, because that's the manual. If I can rummage around and get it out, hopefully without pressing any buttons on things and making everything fall over. I can't find that instruction book now. Where do I have that? Oh, I had it over here. Here we go. Yeah, it gives you lots of different painting guides for the main. Oh, that is the mouse. All right, okay. I obviously wasn't paying full attention when I looked at the instructions there. So obviously in black and white, so it's not very helpful. That's the P1000. The mouse are done in a different format. So you've got don't know, can't see where it says what they are in relation to. Obviously different areas, different types of design. So, yeah, all on that page. So there we go. We've got yeah, 3 for the rat and 2 for the mouse, which is obviously a lighter, more sandy colour with just tiger stripe type camo on it. Grab that one. Yeah, so it's got those down there and the big one. So it looks like they're going to be a lighter sort of tan colour with bits on it. As I say, I'll pretty much be making it up as I go along. Let me just tidy up the internet from over there. Get rid of that. There we go. Exit full screen. There we go. Fox had just messaged to say he's in a non-scenario at the moment, so he won't be joining. But he might join later. You never know. I'll still be here for a little while. Why are painting guides in black and white? Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. It's not very friendly, is it? Jerry's in saying Jim all. He meant I. But Jim, everybody. Yeah, putting painting, they do give you the colours across the top in very small. Olive green, Dunkelberg, obviously. Nickel brown, was it? I can't read it, it's too small. Let's see what that says. Skocko brown and rust tracks. Olive green, Dunkelgelb. Pale grey, olive green, Dunkelgelb. I don't think I've got any Dunkelgelb. So yeah, that's all Ammo by MIG paints because that's what Takom recommend. I don't really have any ammo paints to speak of, so I shall be using my traditional stocks that I have of mainly Vallejo at the moment, Vallejo, Model Air, and some of the Mecha Colour, but they're a bit not really suitable for this, the Mecha Colour, so probably some of the Model Air, big browns and greens and things, tans. But yeah, putting the painting guides in black and white is not the cleverest thing they've ever done. I was going to say, I should see how many people are watching, but because I dropped something on my keyboard, it's gone over there. 28 people are watching now, apparently, so welcome. If you don't know me and know the channel, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, look, it says it there. This is my weekly Evening with the Gang show, where other friends of mine that I've invited into the Gross Gang come along and join me for 90 minutes of chat and general mayhem, really. But looks like they're all busy tonight, so it might just be me. Oh, it's certainly been me for the last half hour, 3/4 hour. If you, let's say, are new to the channel, most of what I do is making stuff, model kits behind me. Let me turn that light down so it's not blooming everywhere and let the camera adjust itself properly again. Yeah, I make mainly in 1:144 scale because I haven't got that much room for storage of big kits. So I decided to do little kits. So hence the little kits. 144 people are that big, about the size of a fingernail. So that gives you an idea as to the scale of things. In here are the 2 tugs that I've been building, or have built already. There are videos for that on the channel. Obviously, people size, they'd be able to go up the ladders and things like that. So these are the 2 tugs that I've been building. One of them you may have noticed is shorter than the other because I've cut the bottom off, because that one's going to be going on to the diorama that I'm in the process of at the moment. Here, this one will be on the front in water. That's the plan, not actual water. I'll be using Mod Podge. As you can see, my suppliers sitting around behind me. They will be layered not very deep, only I have to go a little bit, which is why I cut the bottom off, so it would not have to make it all very, very thick. And the other one's going to be in sort of a dry dock up the back, because that one I built as an old knackered one, which is why it looks all a bit more old and knackered and scratched up. Grey Wolf 11 says hello everyone. Hello. Other than that, I do other things. I build the occasional model for emeralds.co.uk and one of the hosts of the Monday night show there, which is on the eModels UK channel. Other than that, on a Sunday, I drift away from normal model kits and I've been doing some Warhammer, hence the bright orange Torok Prime, which I've been building over the last several months, really, because I only tend to do it on a Sunday night. Previously, on the Sunday stream, I built another Warhammer thing, the Dark Elder Raider, which was fun. I did a nice shading between metallic black and gold. So I airbrushed the fade between the two. I was quite happy with that first time I've done the fade, and it came out very nicely, even if I do say so myself. The Turex itself, I've been doing proper Citadel type style. You can't really see in there, but it's all fully painted interior and then locked up, so you can't actually see it because he's got shoulders that are too. His shoulders are too big for you to be able to take the cover off. I don't know why that. But I wanted to have him manning the gun on the top there, so it meant I had to glue the top down. Yeah, that's been done normal Citadel style, all brush painted. I think I airbrushed the primer on. I can't remember now. I probably primed it with an airbrush because that's just easy. Shane says, be careful watching Chris on Sundays. You run the risk of becoming addicted to Warhammer. It's not all my fault. I don't know that I've personally addicted anyone to Warhammer because I don't know much about it. I was gifted Paul from Glued to the Sprue, another member of Team Inept, bought me the Dark Elder Raider, and obviously then I had to build it. The Taurox was actually, again, another gift from Fox. It says everyone needs to build a Taurox, so he bought me one and made me build it. And for it's been Christmas, Paul got me some more Warhammer, so I've got a stash of Warhammer that's, once that's done, which is almost done, I've got to do the decals on it and then some weathering, and that's that. And then I'll be starting on something else. I've got some Orcs to do, which another complete different family of Warhammer. Oh yeah, Shane says you become addicted to Warhammer, and Sergeant Bones says, or hamsters. Yeah, I mean, it just lends itself to being called a war hamster, doesn't it? So Speedy Q8 sent me several hamster heads, which I painted one up. It's not going to focus on that, is it? I painted one up and ripped the head off a Space Marine and put the hamster head on it, because the Space Marine itself was a boring, blue helmet thing. So yeah, that's almost done as well. I've just been occasionally going over and adding bits to that. I need to paint the base and there's some colour, a little bit more detail work on it, and then he'll be ready for his photo, and he'll become my Warhamster mascot for the Sunday show that I do. Shane says, oh yeah, Firefox. Fox is the one that gets people addicted to things and then stops doing them. As I was saying about the D'Agostini Falcon, Fox, of course, famously did 6 episodes of his 100 edition D'Agostini Falcon and then stopped. He did the cockpit, and that was it. So yeah, so I built the Falcon. That was quite good. I enjoyed it. It was great, but I wasn't videoing at the time, so there's no video evidence of the Falcon. There's a few pictures. I've put pictures up in various places, the Boom Hut and my channel. Then I started doing the half scale R2D2, and wasn't videoing that either because it wasn't quite the same as everything else. But I got requests to build it, so from issue 30 something, I've been putting videos of those up there in a library on my channel. You can find and watch, hopefully, and enjoy. And that finished. And the next partwork build was going to be the again D'Agostini X-Wing, which they did a test run of 5 issues of that, which I built and filmed and is in just one video of the X-Wing. And then they sort of went quiet and didn't actually release it in the UK yet. They might still, or they might not. They've released it, I think, in America and somewhere else, Germany or something, I think, but it's not available in the UK. So while I was waiting for that, I needed something to do, obviously, because I can't be making normal models all the time. So I started on what I can't find. It's been a long time since I'm waiting on another delivery coming. There it is. The Terminator, the T800 Builder Terminator came out, and looks like that so far. That's what we have so far. It's a half scale again, so it'll go quite nicely with the R2 and the 3PO that I built, actually, that I modified. So that's coming along. There's like little bits of arm and things that I've got put aside, a piston that doesn't do anything as yet, and joints and things that I've got. The first three issues of that came out. I'm waiting on the next 3 issues actually being delivered. I keep thinking it will come today, and it doesn't. And then it will come tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and it doesn't. So I'm hoping it didn't come today, but it might come tomorrow. But once they do, I shall be having some videos of that. I'll do a short video for each issue, so I get them all shot fairly quickly because it doesn't take very long to do. And then I put them up, say every other day or something for a little while until they're done, and then it's another sitting around and waiting for another 3 weeks for another delivery to come, and then the cycle repeats. Or at least it did with the R2, and it worked quite well. With this one, I've been doing some modifications to it as I go. So what I did do, the first issue obviously was the first issue, special issue it came. I did a video of, look, this is what you get in the first issue, this is putting it together. It was just the faceplate sort of thing. And then I did an update video of that with modifications to it. I added some panel lining to the edges and polished it up a bit to make it a bit shinier and things like that. I did a special sort of 1A video for that. Then when I got a delivery of issues 2 and 3, again I did a video for episode 2, video for episode 3, and I did another video of modifications to 2 and 3. So I think that seems to work quite well, because again, instead of having all the 4 videos come out and then nothing happened for 4 weeks, it spreads it out a little bit. I can get the 4 videos done of the issues as you get them, and then at some point over the next couple of weeks I'll do some modifications and upgrades to them and do 1 video of this month's upgrades, I think. So we'll see how it works and if it works. Shane says, I'm waiting for a delivery from E-Models, a 1/24th Audi Quattro rally car. Oh, that'd be interesting. Grey Wolf says, if they decide to do the Enterprise, are you going to get that one? I haven't heard about the Enterprise. Is that a plan, or is that something that they've said they're looking into doing? I haven't heard anything about that. What sort of scale would that be? If it's going to be, massive, then probably not, because I haven't got that much room. I would like to do the X-Wing as and when they actually bring that out, which actually turns out to be about the same size as the Falcon, but obviously a different scale because it's a smaller ship. But no, I haven't heard about an Enterprise. So tell me more if you're aware of such a thing being likely to happen. There we go. Supposedly, Eagle Monsters talking about releasing the Enterprise D. Okay, Eagle Monsters. I said Eagle Moss probably. Enterprise D. That's the next gen Enterprise with the big saucer section thing. I don't know. I might not. I do like Star Trek and Star Wars, obviously. Star Wars has always been the top one, but I do like Trek. But I don't know. The Enterprise is a bit too shiny and new, and not much scope for weathering. The Falcon, and indeed any Star Wars ship, is a used universe. It's filthy, dirty, and lovely, and oil and grease, and you can really make it your own and weather it to bits. Enterprise and Star Trek stuff is more shiny, metallic, and things. Not sure how much scope that's got for personalization as such. So I don't know. I shall pay attention for it. They put a test video of what it might look like on YouTube. I shall have a look and see if I can find that. But I'm not clamoring to start doing it. So if there's a lot of demand for it, then obviously I may well. But is your man cave just occupied by you, Chris, or shared with the ladies? It's just occupied by me, basically. Yeah. It's not a locked door policy, but it's pretty much just me. It's not that there's no room, but there's not that much room. It's not a big house, and there's 3 of us living here, and it's no. So yeah, with R2 sitting there and the Falcon over there and 3PO in the corner there, yeah, there's not much room for more stuff. And my wife is there saying I won't have the room. See, there you go. I don't know how delayed this is as to what she was. That was probably talking about the Enterprise, but she doesn't know Star Trek, Star Wars, so it's only a little thing. Honest, darling. It's only that big. It's fine. It'll go anywhere. I'm hearing murmurings from downstairs. I think she's not believing me. People in chat won't lie to you. They'll tell you it's only that big. They're all nice people in there. They'll tell you. So where are we? 10 to 9. There's still 32 people watching, so you know I've got to be doing something right, even if I'm sitting here on my own. If any of the gang are going to join soon, because if not, I'm going to go and play Division. I've got nothing else to talk about. I've got nothing prepared to build or anything. So if I'm on my own 9 o'clock, I'll be stopping a little bit early tonight. I'll be able to change the video description, so it will change to 60 minutes instead of where it says 90. So you won't notice that it's gone wrong. But yeah, you don't need to see me watch me talk to myself. My voice is going. I got over my germ. I'm not coughing all over the place anymore, but talking constantly for an hour and a half is not my thing. It's different when I'm building stuff because I can go quiet and do a little building stuff. But while I'm sitting here looking at the camera, I feel obliged to keep talking because dead space and dead air and stuff is not good. It's all right when I have to go and have a drink, but I can't sit here for a minute and just look at you because I can't see you. My wife is saying there's such a thing as Google. Have you been Googling Enterprise D? Because that would tell you lies. Google lies. It doesn't tell you the truth. They make stuff up. Google does. So, Tiger Tank 2's coming. Greetings to all here. Greetings. Hello and welcome. Have you all got any questions, points, observations, anything, please? Yeah, anything you want to know, I'm here for you. I'm here to listen and talk and just kill the next 8 minutes before I go away because I wouldn't want to go early. Or as I say, if any of the gang want to come along and join me, feel free. I know a few of you are eating and doing stuff, but there's enough of you in the gang that I'm sure someone will want to come and join me. Give me someone to talk to. I used to work in my 8x6 shed, says Shane, but ever since my wife's illness, I work in the dining room. Let's have a look at those tugboats behind you. The tugs, they're Revel Fairplay tugs. I shall show you those momentarily then, yeah. All right, yeah. So you've kicked your wife out into the shed, I assume, so you can have the dining room. That's a good plan, yeah. The tugs. Right, this is the nice shiny tug, which I've cut the bottom off of. It's 144 scale, as you know, as is my thing. I made this one new and shiny, and nice tidy paintworks and clean lines and proper decals and stickers all over it and the flags and everything. I used Easy Line for the antenna wiry things, which it doesn't really tell you about in the instructions. I had to go off reference pictures and things to get that to be where it needs to be. The other one is the old knackered broken one, which I could and still might knacker up a little bit more, but it's got rust spots around where it would be tracked down. The antenna wires are broken and the railings are broken and kinked and bent and broken off, and ladder's not quite right, and it wouldn't pass the health and safety. It's a lot grimier and greasier and paint scratched off and grease all over the walls and stuff like that. Now my theory in my mind was that, well, initially I didn't plan on buying and building two, but I got them a couple of years ago for a birthday present from two different people that knew I like models and like 1/4 scale stuff, and they bought me one, and they bought me one. So I had two, so I thought I'd build them both at the same time. So I did. But I didn't want to build them both exactly the same, so I thought I'd build one old and knackered and one new and shiny. And then I thought, why would there be two like that? So I figured that one's going to be old and retired, and the other one's just been put into service. So hence the diorama, which you might not have noticed if you came in late. I've just started a diorama, which I 3D printed the orange bits, the base, and the rest of its foam core, just sort of glued together. The plan is that I have the new shiny one in water down the bottom there, and the old one on some sort of dry dock up the top there. They just happen to be going past each other as the moment in time that the diorama captures happens. So that was the plan. That's the theory. So once the PVA glue on there is dried and I've tidied it up a bit and got it all together how I want it, I'll be priming that and then starting to paint it and build up the water layer until I can put the tug in the bottom there. Right, let's see. Grey Wolf says, I'm used to using enamel paints, thinking about venturing into acrylics. Is it easier to paint with acrylics versus animals? I think, when you say animals, you mean enamels, I think. I don't worry about the chemistry of paint makeup and things like that. I tend to, I started off when I started building more recently, Tamiya paints, the old style of these, because after stopping making models, I had a couple of radio control cars which were Tamiya and painted those using Tamiya paints. So that was what I knew. So that was what I got. So I got a collection of Tamiya paints and started using them, brushing them on as I'd always had, and then decided that that was actually not that great. So I jumped in and got an airbrush, and you can airbrush them, but you have to thin them and mix them up, and it gets tricky. So I had a look around and picked up some Vallejo Model Air paints, which you basically can just put straight in the pot in the airbrush and go for it. And it's been great. So much easier. I do still brush paint, and I brush paint with some of the Model Air stuff and Tamiya paint still, obviously. But most of that was airbrushed. And obviously detail work, you still need to get down with a hairy stick. But I don't know much. I don't know. There we go. Just finished there about the chemical makeups of acrylics and enamels and oils and everything else. So I tend to stick with what works for me, basically. So I tend to use the Vallejo Model Air because I just know it works. They are a water-based paint, similar to the Citadel, which again, doing these, I've been using Citadel paints when doing the Citadel models, but you can mix and match and use whatever you need to use, whatever. Do I use a commercial thinner, or do you make your own? With the Model Air, I don't need to thin them at all. If I do, I use Vallejo thinner. With the Tamiya paints, I use Tamiya thinner, X50. Can't remember now. I've got a pot of it over there. Yeah, just Tamiya normal thinner, but just a touch. See how it goes. Bradley C says, knacker the crap out of it. The tugs. Yeah, I think I need to go a little bit heavier on some of it, but it's always, I don't want to go too far with everything, weathering or damage or anything else, because it is a tugboat. It would have been in service. It wouldn't fallen apart, but bits of it are a bit worse for wear. So yeah, one showroom tug and one worker, but yeah, that's the sort of the plan. Sergeant Bones says, I tried painting with my cat once, went back to acrylics because animals just don't clean up easy. Yeah, they get footprints all over the place. Bradley says, if that's not art, Chris, I don't know what it is. Yeah, thanks. Was it camouflage paint to Tiger Tank, of course? You never find your cat afterwards if you're painting camouflage paint. Tiger Tank 2 would rather use water-based paint, except for oils when I'm weathering. oils. I've got some artists oil paints. I started painting some busts, heads. Can't find any laying around, but not that great at it. I need practice and do that. But I did pick up at Telford last year an Arnie bust, which is so nice that I did prime it in black, obviously, as you can see. But I don't feel confident in my ability to make it look worthy of anything yet. So I haven't done any further with that because I need to practice a bit more on flesh tone. I mean, some of it's metallic, which is fairly easy, but the flesh tones over the top of it are going to be the trick. So at some point I'll get started on it and I'll at least do the inner levels of the metals and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. Pascal used to work a lot with enamels, switched completely to acrylic. And Shane Young says, I painted the raised seatbelt detail on the 124th Lancia rally car with Citadel paints. They work great. Citadel paints are lovely to brush. You have to thin them a bit, but then they go on lovely. If you use a wet palette, you can just put them on a wet palette, and that seems to thin them almost enough to work fine. But you don't need 2 thin coats, as Duncan would say. Warhammer TV. Pascal says, a lot easier to clean everything, less toxic, and way better to airbrush. And Tiger Tank 2 says, you'll do fine, give it a go. And it wasn't an expensive bust. It was not, it's not the case of I'll ruin it. But yeah, I know in my mind how it should look, obviously from the films and things. But I know I'm not going to be able to get there. I'll put another bust out at some point and practice a bit more and try that, see how it goes. But there we go. Right, we've gone past 9 o'clock, and I'm on my own. I've done an hour, and I'm gonna call it a night there. So thank you 34, 35 of you for coming and joining me and watching me and listening to me ramble for the last hour. Join me again next week, when, if it's just me, it'll probably be an hour, or if my throat holds up, I might go a bit longer. It all depends on you. If you're not here in the chat keeping me talking, then I'll just be sitting here not looking pretty. But if you've got, interesting things to talk about, questions and anything I can show you, I'm more than happy to help out. But there comes a time when, I'm sitting here on my own, so I'm going to go and play Xbox for a bit. So thank you for watching. See you soon. Tonight is, where are we, Thursday. So Sunday night is the next time I'm here doing some more Hamster. No reason I shouldn't be there this week. Fox will be on in the early afternoon, 3 o'clock normally on Fox's channel. And that's that. See you soon. And that's then. And then E-Models on Monday. And then next Thursday back here. There may be at some point during the week a quick live stream with probably me and Paul playing The Division, or possibly just me playing something else. So if you're not already, subscribe to the Team Inept YouTube channel. I'll put it in the chat so you can see it. It's youtube.com/Team Inept. And I'm not typing in there, I'm typing somewhere else. I don't know where I'm typing. Let me click it there. And you can find it there. youtube.com/Team Inept. That looks like it. The 5 stars there. So at some point, probably during the week, there'll be an impromptu video on that. Or go and watch what we've done already. So you might like it. It's just me and Paul and Fox sometimes basically talking rubbish while we're playing games. So see you on there at some point. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Night all. Bye bye.